But yeah, for those who have gotten in the habit of drinking directly from lakes, rivers, and streams, if you switch to the unstable build, don't do it. It'll make you dead. Hey, Quico, how's it going? Do we just immediately turn around and try and push? I want to. We're going to. This is probably a terrible... No, because it's going to take, like... We're going to get there, like, 5, and I'm going to have to turn around. Grr. So in the meantime, I will go secondary backpack. Yes. If you have lemongrass, that is one way of dealing with food poisoning. But keep in mind, you need to have lemongrass. Most people probably won't. But if you do, that is your oh crap, I ate what I ought not have eaten. And it can help save your life. The best idea is just don't poison yourself. Oh, prediction is still open. Thank you for the reminder, because we definitely survived. We didn't take an injury. And unlike the last time where I had to take the, the wimp way out, does it actually kill you? Yes. So most food poisoning stuff, food poisoning, water poisoning, that kind of stuff, it's not that it outright kills you right away. It makes your character sick, which can cause you fever, and fever kills you. Like, this character has almost died once so far, and it's because we were around so many bodies that we caught fever, and it almost killed us. Minus 0.35 because of weather effect. What weather effect? Like, what weather effect are we currently under? I guess maybe cloudy? Oh, that's neat. The radius is bigger. Like, visibly bigger. I don't think that's a thing they used to do. There's another thing up here. Oh, I have a whole bunch of logs here. I forgot we're here. This is ridiculous. I just like walking around. It's like they're everywhere. Hi. Haven't seen one of you here in a while. Oh. Oh, right. They changed it so that instantly takes you out of foraging if you get into combat. I do like that because, like, even though I don't want to actually pick up all these twigs, because of this, it's like, no, fine, I'll pick up your stupid twigs. I understand. I get it. Okay, that's good. Sure, just random leather straps. I'll take those. I'm down. Man, those are good XP. Like, the foraging XP is no joke at this point. Because we found, like, that magazine was a whole bunch. These are all these trees that I cut down forever ago. This is what I get for leaving all of these around forever and ever. Yeah, the foraging system 100% makes me clean up better. I left all these twigs here from cutting down like an entire wood's worth of things. Oh. We just found broccoli. Cool. And grape leaves. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, I thought it was out of planks, and I'm finding, like, there's entire logs I forgot over here. We've got stacks of planks all over the place. Like, this is the thing like, next winter rolls around when we don't have grass everywhere. Like, that's one of the reasons I wanted, like, a proper snow day. So that, like, I could grab all this stuff and actually see it. And we're just kind of killing time at the moment because with how long we were out last night because of the helicopter, by the time we got back, turning around to try and get stuff wasn't going to really work out for us. I don't want an oven mitt. Keep your oven mitt. Get this out of here. Alright, we got leeks too. Whew, 210 experience for picking up the leek. Up, twigs. Uh-huh. I see you. Oh good, they put the poison icon on the mushrooms before I try and pick them up. That was getting pretty annoying that I'd go to pick them up and it'd be like, mushrooms! And you're like, yay! And then you look at your inventory, it's like, oh, they're all poison. If you're looking for, like, stones and... Wait. Okay, we can just find cooking pot? Alright, sure. Foraging is ridiculous now. I love it. Old foraging is like, here's a fistful of berries, some stick, and some stones. That's what you find. You want something else? Well, too bad. This is foraging. Not true. There's other cool stuff, but that's what you mostly got. New foraging, you find all sorts of interesting stuff. Alright, when I see question marks, you just leave it because there's nothing on question mark areas. And this road here was not natural. I put that road there myself. Got a bunch of gravel and poured it down. Hey, foraging 5. And I think we'll go till we start getting the darkness penalty. Oh, what I ought to do is down here, which one of these buildings is the one I shredded all the doors on? Okay, that's being buggy. That's fine. I don't actually want the extinguisher. Yeah, that's all crap that... because I took stuff apart in this building and everything. And I believe I need 2 sets of hinges and doorknobs for the double doors. And so I'll need 4 sets total. I probably have a bunch, I just don't know what I've got. So we're killing time at the moment, so it's like, whatever, we'll just walk around, see what we find. I don't believe you can take doors off of buildings and move them. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure that's not a thing you can do. Hey, you. Don't do that. Okay, that should be plenty of doorknobs and all that. And we're overburned. I'm just going to go ahead and turn off search mode, get that out of the way. Finish our salad. How overburned are we? Very heavy load. Taking all this stuff and switching it backpacks. All the rest is fine. Cool. Because that means I can actually put some of these double hinge doors up or whatever they're called, because I have a whole bunch of planks already cut all over the place. Just gotta grab all the nails out of our storage and the saw and we should be good. Excuse me. I keep looking, so my wife and I get these meal kit things, and they usually take about 15 minutes, so that's usually where I would step away like 15 minutes before 9 o'clock to go and deal with that. But I keep forgetting this time we got ones that take like, you basically like microwave the things. They're super fast, which is so much better for me streaming. But so I'm so used to having to watch till about 15-30 minutes before she gets home to be like, oh, it's time to, you know, time to turn on the oven or whatever. And it's like, oh wait, no, like literally I should wait till she gets home because these things only take 2-3 minutes to cook, so if I prepare them before she gets home, it's cold by the time she's home to eat and all that, so that's no good. Yeah, I don't remember what the one we use. It's the same idea, though. It's like really solid stuff. And it's like, honestly, with the price of stuff like groceries and that, you going to the grocery store and buying all the ingredients versus buying the kit, I don't really find you have any significant difference in price. Especially when you're talking like 2 people. Because a lot of times the problems you have at the grocery store is like, okay, I want to buy chicken. Well, I need, for what I'm making, like 1/4 pound of chicken for this recipe. Well, I'm sorry, we sell it in 1 pound as our smallest amount. Okay. Well, I guess I can buy that. Now I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with the other 3/4 pound, which isn't the biggest deal in the world, like that's a small thing. But then when you figure out about like any nice recipe where you've got like chickens or beans or certain like veggies and all that, you end up with having to like plan all your recipes around, all right, well I bought broccoli. Well, it came in like this giant head of broccoli and I only need a little bit. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to come up with 4 different meals that use broccoli, or just have a whole meal that, you know, broccoli is half the meal, which is fine. Like, no shaming of broccoli. Yeah, and that's kind of, ours did the same thing. That's like, and again, it's not Blue Apron, but it's the exact same idea. And I wish I knew what company it was, because it's not like I'm trying to not say the company name or anything. It's just like, I genuinely don't know off the top of my head. But, it was 100% one of those things that's like, oh yeah, they have these microwave things that take like all of 3 minutes, and it's like actually not awful food and everything. Cool. So grab the saw, grab the nails. Yeah, Moriarty says, Yeah, and buying groceries individually usually does it. Like, and that's kind of thing. And like, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of these things that a bunch of the grocery stores have started doing for stuff like, you know, they got their expiration dates. So they have to sell the goods by their expiration date, even though the good, you know, food can be still good after their expiration date. It's just that's kind of the agreed to. This is the time that you shouldn't be able to sell it after this point because the likelihood of having problems or not being as fresh or whatever. I don't know all the rules that go into it. But there's a point that they can't sell the good anymore is the important part of this conversation. And so what they've started doing to help with that situation is they make these meal kits that's like, they took the chicken that they're not going to be able to sell like 2 days from now, and they go and they take that, they season it all up, and they get it all ready, so you just kind of chuck it in the oven, and it's like really nice food already made. Oh yeah, the Great Danish. Absolutely. And I get that. There's also other advantages too. So. Oh, gravel bag wall? Cool. I'm just looking because I haven't looked here to see if there's anything different. But it looks like this is pretty much the same. So double wooden door. Why are you just red? Do we have to have the whole thing framed in? It looks like I might have to have the whole thing framed in. That's fine. Yeah, Quick was saying a lot of the big grocery chains, a lot of their stuff is trashed, though. Part of the problem. Yeah, no, there's definitely like you'll find like a lot of really good stuff at places, and then you'll turn around and it'll be like all this stuff that's just not great quality. And I get it. They're the cheap stuff, and that is like, you know, there's a thing that's like not having money is very difficult kind of thing, that you end up buying all like the really crap food because it's what you can afford. And it isn't like an accusation to people. It's like, why would you buy this garbage food? It's what you can afford. I get it. Yeah. I need 2 more planks. Do we not have 2 more planks in right here? I need to just take wood and just board up all of the ground just so I can see what I even have around here. Well, like, that was always one of the arguments. I'm not going to say the store name or anything, but there is a store down here that they're known as having, like, the super low-cost, cheap, whatever, like, superstore, that kind of crap. And then when you actually look at half their stuff, I'm like, okay, well, so far as calories go, like, you've got large number of calories, but then you look at the nutrition, and it's really kind of junk. Like, really, it's, okay, I'm getting tons and tons of really not good food. That's not, like, it's not giving me my vitamins, it's not giving me really good protein, it's just kind of empty calories type stuff. And that's like, even stuff like bread, they'll go and do like, okay, well, you've managed to somehow make bread just calories with no, like, nutritional value, like, no fiber, no anything. It's like, are you very deliberately trying to make, like, the worst food a person could eat? Like, what's happening? But yeah, and if you have been enjoying the content on the stream so far, don't forget to drop us a follow. It's very difficult to find your way back here if you aren't following. And on that note, thank you for everyone who's been tuning in, who's been lurking, who's been chatting, who's been following, subscribing, doing the bits, the donuts, the hosts, the raids, and all that good stuff. It all helps, and I really do appreciate it. I do hope you are enjoying the stream. Quick says, oh, but I meant, like, when expiration dates run out, the food actually goes in the trash, and even people don't like. Yes. Yeah, and I hate half the excuses of why that is. Like, there's certain foods at the expiration date. It's like, yeah, no, really, like, the milk has gone bad. Like, seriously, don't drink the milk when it's gone bad. Like, it's dangerous. It'll get you real sick. And then there's stuff like, oh, this cookie has gone bad. It's not dangerous at all. It's just, it's a little tough. And one of those is like, okay, one of these is a health concern. Yeah, you don't want people going for that food out of the dumpsters and all that. And the other one's like, this is not a health concern. This is, it's not as nice and all that. Yeah, and that's the other thing, is milk doesn't necessarily expire on the expiration date. That's effectively them trying to guesstimate on a bunch of different factors. It's kind of the date they're aiming for. It's not even the safe date, because I've certainly had plenty of times I've gotten milk that's like, well, nowhere near the expiration date. You open and go, oh, this is sour. Like, this milk is gone. This milk has left us. Yeah, but it is one of those things. Like the thing that I find kind of not great about is like, you'll have companies, and I worked for one of these companies. It was like one of my very first jobs, that they take a bunch of the food, and it's expired, whatever the situation is, and they'll throw it in the dumpster, and then they'll pour bleach on top of it in the dumpster. And it's like the basically the entire thing is like to pretty much maliciously say, you cannot take this food. And I get, as a business, they have the incentive of basically going, okay, well, we don't want people taking our product and having it for free, but it's just kind of a crappy thing to do. And like what I was saying is, it does, like, I get it when it's like, okay, the food that you're trying to take is legitimately dangerous. Like it's well past too far gone. Like, I get it. All right. If you have to do something to go, no, seriously, this food is not safe to eat. All right, sure. That's one situation. But so often that's not what they're doing. Yeah. Yeah, Moriarty. And that's like one of the other things we had, and this is a local situation. We did have where you could, a lot of these companies, what they would do is they would donate their food, like when I was getting ready to be gone. They would have certain foods that, it wasn't safe to eat. Sure, fine. It's not safe to eat. That, like, I've got no beef about the not safe to eat stuff. Like, I get it. If it's not safe to eat, it's not safe to eat. Absolutely. But they would take a bunch of the other stuff that's like, okay, when it goes bad, it just gets a little stale, that kind of stuff. And a lot of those would donate them to, like, food kitchens, all that kind of stuff, because then you can cook with that food and it's perfectly fine. Like, do you know what you do with stale bread? You toast it and make croutons. Cool. No one's going to even know it was stale bread. It's croutons now. And that kind of stuff. But they started putting... There was, like, laws that they actually passed around here that you weren't allowed to feed homeless people. Like, you had to go through, like, an organized kitchen or whatever to do it. And they made it, like, as a public safety thing. It's like, no, you're just trying everything possible to make it, hostile for homeless people to be in the area. The classic, we should help them, but not here kind of thing. The not in my backyard approach to every problem. Oh yeah, we should help these people, but not in my backyard. Okay, so let's fill up our inventory with... Well, we basically have no room for fish. That's fine, whatever. Grab some broccoli. Grab some cabbage. Grab some potatoes. Grab some radish. Grab some tomatoes. Okay.